Back in the house is HMW Sports Talk Live. My man Patrick Truesdale in studio from SRU Recruiting. Patrick Truesdale joins us here. Nate Griffin, he is the color analyst of the Rice Owls. And I'll tell you what, he's also been a mentor to me in the sports media, and it's my big brother, man, Nate Griffin in the house. Also, personality on Sports Radio 610 and does a hell of a job there. I think you folks might recognize this guy. You know, he's not wearing that number 76 right now, but he's still about 300 pounds. No doubt about it. You see, we gave him his own sofa.
300.
Duane Brown, Houston, Texas left tackle in studio with us, and we appreciate Duane taking the time to get with us here on HMW Sports Talk Live. You can get us here every Saturday, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and you can kind of keep up with what's going on with HMW during the week. We are HoustonMediaWatch.com. Go check out the website, and we appreciate that support. Keep it coming. I want to move on a little bit and discuss something else that we saw in the news over the last couple of weeks. A few more things coming out with the Richie Incognito and Jonathan Martin situation. Some texts being released. I don't care about any of that stuff. You know what we want to talk about. If the Texans decide to take a look at Richie Incognito, and the reason why this question is relevant for two reasons. I think the common thought around the Houston media is that the Texans could use a left guard. I know you don't agree with that, but you hear that a lot, okay, from guys that don't know a lot about football. But you also hear from some guys that do know some football pretty good. They can make a strong argument for that. The other reason why it's relevant is because of the well-publicized incidents between Richie Incognito and Antonio Smith. I want to ask you this question first. Could those guys coexist in the locker room?
Absolutely. I think so.
And why do you think so?
Well, first and foremost, I think they have a mutual respect for each other. You know, I think it's very heated battles that go on out there, and in the heat of the moment, a lot gets said and a lot gets done out there. I don't think Richie Incognito is a bad person. I think, you know, Antonio Smith being my teammate, you know, you're gonna ride with him, and that's my boy. But looking at it from his point of view, I think Richie Incognito is a great teammate for the people around him, and he plays on the edge of being.
Plays through the whistle.
Yeah, he plays through the whistle. It's a good way to put it. Plays through the whistle. And if he was here, you know, they both got a common goal. They both got a common goal of what they want. You know, I want to get out of the season and out of this game. So I think it can happen.
Now, I don't want it to be too much redundancy in my line of questioning, but I have to admit I got a little bit different response from you than I anticipated. So I want to go a little bit further with that. So give me your thoughts on the level of player Richie Incognito is, and what you think his strengths are, and how he would kind of mesh with what you guys are likely to be doing moving forward.
I think he's a good player. You know, I've been able to watch him over the last few years. I think his strength is his strength. You know, he's a big dude.
Physical strength.
Very, very physical in the run game, in the pass game. I got a chance to play out with him in Hawaii last year. We were out there, and you know, like I say, he's a great teammate. We had a guy.
Sounds like y'all had a good time.
Yeah, we had a guy on defense that was just going a little bit too hard for our liking at defensive end. I won't say his name, but you know, he just told me, it was like, next time he come inside, I'm gonna handle it. You know,
you did some dirty work with Richie Incognito, bro.
He just said I'm gonna handle it. You know,
breaking news right here on HW Sports Talk Live.
You gotta like somebody like that. You
yeah.
know, I think he's a good player. You know, and I really, really feel bad for how everything went down between him and John Martin.
Okay, so do we have and you can attest to this, especially you, Nate, because you talk sports in this town, and you know what the perception is of folks in the media in regard to the Texans, quote unquote, type of player.
Yes.
So you can ask this question because you already know what I'm about to ask him.
The good guy mentality. Is that something that needs to be played down more, and you guys maybe need to get away from that?
I think it's good to have different kind of personalities in the locker room. I think if you have a team full of good guys, it can work, but you gotta have a couple dogs out there that that's about that action. You know what I mean? And you know, we got some guys like that.
Who are those guys?
Antonio Smith is one of them. Brian Cushing is one of them.
That would probably be the first name that I would say.
Yeah, I mean, J.J. Watt he's a dog. You know, he doesn't say much out there. I mean, he doesn't
JJ's not really a talker on the field.
I haven't seen it. You know what I mean?
Just more of a saluter.
Go out there and get after it. He go out there and get after it. You know what I mean? We got a couple of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought that was pretty much been a problem in the past. They had too many good old boys. Because I know the owner was saying that he's not going to bring these guys in with no package. I'm going to have good guys. And my thing is, you don't have to be in the media to be a bad guy.
Right.
Just bring that, like you said, bring the dog out on the field.
Yeah.
Because, you know, to me, we really do have too many good old boys. It's like Larry Johnson. I know he had a rep. When they cut him that week in Kansas City, I thought we should have picked him up because we need a big back.
Larry Johnson?
Yeah, because the backs we had, that Monday Night Football they lost. Vince Young beat them
I
in
don't
Monday
know
Night
about that.
Football.
Oh, man, not Larry Johnson,
But what I'm
man.
saying is, they lost that Monday Night Football game against the Titans.
Do you draw the line anywhere with what type of a player you want in the locker room?
You gotta have certain. You got now. You might have that one.
How much do you know about Larry Brown?
Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson. I'm sorry.
He's a dog on the field.
Nah,
he might have some issues.
He got some issues.
He got some other issues,
know
my
that
brother.
too, but at the
okay,
same-
so you know that and
At
you're
the
okay with
same
that?
time, yeah, I'm okay. The guy y'all talking about, he has some issues. The guy in Miami, he has some issues. But he's a
Incognito?
baller.
Yeah, but we haven't. But you know what? Unless you're talking about something other than Jonathan Martin, and I know there was some other little stuff that came up. I just think, okay, I'll just say it. When I start hearing things, domestic abuse type stuff, and it's I'm not talking about a bad incident, a mistake, Warren and Felicia Moon, one type of. I'm talking about habitual type situations. I just think some things for me go beyond my profession. It's just who I am as a person, and maybe I'm just on the wrong type of. Maybe I'm on my horse or something here. I don't know, man. But I remember that time, and I remember the conversation about Larry Johnson. I was like, nah, man, we don't want Larry Johnson to play football for the Houston Texans.
Man, look here. Every kid, Brown is a class act guy. But the Jordan League got issues. Guys got issues.
But we don't know about them. But see, when you know, and when it's documented.
But the Jordan League is everybody with issues you know about. So you're not gonna have this perfect team.
Everybody's not beating up women.
You're not gonna win. I'm just gonna tell you like it is because some of them boys have some issues too. And they want you.
I get you. I just think I don't know. I just think in life
it takes certain
there
coaches.
has to be a line.
It takes certain coaches to handle.
Hey Pat, let me put it to you
gotta
this
be a
way.
player's
Let me put it to you this way. Me now, who I am at this age and what this body feels like, it ain't happening. But when I felt good about myself physically, I wasn't a person to slap women around. And I guaranteed you, anytime I went out to football practice, the coach ever said, hey, Shelton, I want you to come over here and do the Oklahoma drill with John Ufer, who slaps women around. Maybe to you, that's a dirty dog guy because he's got some issues. But I guarantee you, when I got through with him and my clean tree hugging Christian behind, he would have knew he'd been in a scrap. So I think that it can work both ways. Yeah, you can have some crazy cats. You can have some crazy cats.
You can't take too many of them with issues, but you want to have dogs at the end of the day.
But at the end of the day, there are some dogs you are not going to feed in your yard. Are you going to feed a dog that will bite your 2-year-old?
That's true. No, you're not going to feed him.
That's all I'm saying.
You're going to knock him beside his head, tell him,
I agree with you in theory. I agree with you in theory.
To Craig's point, everybody probably thought Richard Sherman was an uncontrollable dog. Here's a young man who was brought up in Watts. His mom and dad raised him right. Compton, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mom and dad raised him right, sent him off to college. He did well. He turned down USC to go to Stanford. Mm-hmm. Did well. And what did he do? All he did was just shouted something in a mic. And the reason was because, or at least we think, was because he didn't get that 10-minute cooling off period. You can't come from that high and emotional state all of a sudden.
To me,
but I don't think nobody ever thought he was the guy we talking about. I don't know about.
Yeah,
Thought he was
Pam
that
Oliver
guy.
should have been down and did the interview. I'm like, what game you been watching, woman? I mean, you need to go back to ESPN. You act like you got scared and yelled because of black.
My man having some serious Black History Month issues.
Come on,
Don't
man.
think I'm not picking up on this. All right?
I'm like, come on.
We need to add 2 more days to this month.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
My man ain't gonna make it. Real with you, man.
I mean, she was scared. He yelling. I'm like, it's the most what game you been watching. This is rivalry. If that would have been Pam Oliver down there, it would have been the class. It don't matter. It could have been a white reporter that you know. It would have been able to handle it. The boy was going through the moment. She was scared.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I love my black sisters. My wife is a West African. I love them, raised mine. But until Pam Oliver do something with her hair,
Oh, God.
I ain't trying to hear it, bro.
We can't.
I ain't trying to hear it. And let's move on, because I don't like to go there. But it just is what it is. I'm sorry. Hey, hey, we having a ball. I promise you, man.
Let him do it.
Duane, earlier this week, Wade Phillips appeared on Sports Radio 610 on the morning show on the John Lopez and Nick Wright show on Sports Radio 610, and he commented on there that when he met with the McNairs, that he told them that they should draft Johnny Manziel, and then he jokingly said, folks, and it was jokingly, that's why I'm sitting here now. I don't have a job. Something, I'm paraphrasing, something to that effect. I definitely want to get your thoughts on that when we get back from the break on the other side. Let's just do on that for a minute, because I am kind of interested in your thoughts on some of these quarterbacks, and we'll touch on that and get these guys' thoughts too, all right?
All right.
All right, man, we appreciate that. Look, folks, we're here for you every Saturday. If this is your first time tuning into the show, we're here every Saturday, 6 o'clock to 7. It's HMW Sports Talk Live. We'll be right back.